watching WJTS News. I'm Charlotte Olson. The investigation of a reported stolen vehicle from a Jasper business ended with the Tuesday arrest of a Jasper man on various charges. On Monday, Jasper police learned that a white 2003 Mitsubishi Eclipse was discovered stolen from the parking lot of Maringer Metal just before 4:30 p.m. The vehicle was located in Huntingburg in the early morning hours of Tuesday. Officers received information that there was a possible suspect in the case identified as 26-year-old Jason Walters. Officers also learned that Walters had been involved in an incident earlier on Monday in Gibson County in which a warrant had been issued for his arrest. Walters was located by officers at the Jasper Lofts Apartments, and police conducted a search of Walters and also found a small amount of methamphetamine within his pocket. Walters was officially taken into custody on the warrant, and he also has been charged with auto theft. And he has other warrants out for his arrest in the possession of methamphetamine and a possession of paraphernalia. He was officially taken to and also booked into the Dubois County Security Center. A Spencer County man entered into a plea agreement to felony drug and firearm counts before a trial and the case ever had a chance to begin. A release from the Spencer County Prosecutor's Office says that 41-year-old Anthony Barnes of Hartfield pled guilty Tuesday morning to possession of methamphetamine over 28 grams as a level 3 felony. He also pleaded guilty to possession of firearms by a serious violent felon as a level 4 felony in Spencer Circuit Court. Barnes entered into a plea agreement with prosecutors just prior to the commencement of his jury trial in the case. Barnes was arrested on March 16th of this year on multiple felony charges. In February 17th, Indiana State Police had surrendered Barnes' residence in Hatfield to assist the Spencer County Sheriff's Department in executing a search warrant obtained from the Spencer County Prosecutor's Office. After a lengthy standoff, it was ultimately determined that Barnes was not inside the residence, and despite phone negotiations, Barnes never returned to the home. The search warrant was executed by the Spencer County Sheriff's Department with the assistance of the state police. A search of Barnes' residence resulted in the discovery of over 40 grams of methamphetamine, 3 weapons, a .40 caliber Taurus handgun, a Bernetta 9mm handgun, and a Springfield .22 caliber long rifle. Along with the possessions, they found a variety of ammunition and shell casings. Authorities say that Barnes was prohibited from possessing firearms due to a prior felony conviction. Reports of shots being fired by neighboring residents, including one neighboring home being struck by a bullet, did officially begin the investigation against Barnes, and this investigation did ultimately lead to the request for a search warrant by, of course, the Spencer County Sheriff's Department. During this investigation and also during this search for both the weapons, officers located over 40 grams of methamphetamine, and then during the search they found a second search warrant was requested for evidence to help find the methamphetamine and also controlled substances. While during the search, 5 prescription narcotic pills were also found during the search. Following an execution of the search warrant, charges were officially filed and also an arrest warrant was officially issued for Barnes on February the 23rd. He was then apprehended on March the 16th in Evansville by U.S. Marshals and also transported to the Spencer County Law Enforcement Center by the Indiana State Police. Once he was there at the center, he was continuing to be held pending the final sentencing. And also, Barnes is expected to appear for sentencing in the Spencer Circuit Court before Senior Judge William Weichert on Tuesday, January the 23rd. This is following completion of a pre-sentence investigation report. And under the agreement that was reached with the Spencer County Prosecutor's Office, Barnes will officially receive a sentence of 15 years fully executed at the Indiana Department of Corrections. Also, members of the public are encouraged to always report suspicious activity. Tips and any information that can be provided from the public can also be given anonymously. You can call the Spencer County Crime Tip Line at 800-615-6088 or by submitting information online at spencerprosecutor.org. County by county unemployment numbers for the month of October have been officially released, and despite a drop of 0.1%, Dubois County is once again finishing in second place as far as the state's lowest unemployment marks. Figures recently delivered by the Indiana Department of Workforce Development show that Dubois County is coming in last month at 2.5% down from 2.6% in September. Now, the county sits alone in second place behind Elkhart County, LaGrange County, and Adams counties, who were in a three-way tie for October's lowest unemployment with rates of 2.4%. Statewide, Indiana's unemployment rate rose slightly to 3.9% in October as the state's jobless rate continued to climb that began in July. The Department of Workforce Development says that the state's unemployment rate increased 0.1 percentage point from September's rate. The state's jobless rate has been climbing since dipping to 3% in June, but Indiana's October unemployment rate remained slightly below the national rate of 4.1%, which is a 17-year national low. Indiana's labor force, that includes both employed Hoosiers and those who are unemployed but willing to work, fell by about 11,700 workers between September and October, and that fell to 3.33 million. The decrease resulted from 2,300 unemployed residents seeking employment and a more than 14,000 drop in residents who were unemployed. Now, locally, as we mentioned, Dubois County is all alone in second place with the state's lowest October rate at 2.5%. Daviess County is not far behind at 2.8%. Warwick was at 2.9%. Martin, Pike, and Spencer were all in at an even 3%. Orange County came in at 3.8%. Perry and Crawford County both finished in at an even 4%. Vermilion County, north of Terre Haute, once again had the state's highest unemployment rate in the month of October. That rate was at 5.1%. Indiana's 3.9% October rate was lower than all of our neighboring states. The Greater Downtown Jasper Business Association has announced details of Santa Claus's annual arrival in Jasper. The event will take place this Friday afternoon, November the 24th. Santa's arrival will brighten your child's day, and they can visit him in his new special house on the courthouse lawn as well. You will be able to capture the spirit of Christmas as you gather around the beautifully decorated downtown square in anticipation of Santa. Also parading from the fire station to his special house in a bright red fire engine. Kids are welcome to meet with Santa at the East 6th Street Fire Station from 12 noon until 1 p.m. At that time, Santa and his elves will be joined by members of the Jasper High School Band until they reach the west side of the square. Children are encouraged to dress up like Christmas packages and also to help walk along in the mini parade. As members of the band will play Christmas music, an elementary school contest winner will open the door so that Santa and his elves can enter and greet children for the remainder of the afternoon. Military sites will be on hand to also welcome everyone with a very special greeting. Santa Claus will then spend a few hours visiting with children in his special Christmas house until 3 p.m. Be sure to bring along with your camera and take pictures so that memories can be created for your little ones that of course will last a lifetime. Children and families are also encouraged to bring canned food items, and all will be donated to the community food bank. For more information, you can call the Jasper Chamber of Commerce at 812-482-6866. Officials in the Daviess County are looking into the possible cause of a Tuesday afternoon fire that destroyed a dog kennel that killed a number of animals in the eastern part of the county. Crews from the Montgomery and also from the Cannelburg Volunteer Fire Departments were called around 3:30 p.m. yesterday to property owned by Michael and Sheila Miller along County Road 150 South. Witnesses say that the fire could be seen from miles away, and officials say that no one was hurt, but once again a number of dogs did perish in the blaze. Fire officials say that their investigation to determine the cause is still continuing, and they say that nothing looks suspicious at this time. Fresh Perspective, Fresh Approach Cash Save Market opens on December the 8th. As Thanksgiving Day approaches, millions of people will be traveling on our Indiana roadways. Across the United States, the National Safety Council estimates that 421 people may be killed and another 48,500 may be seriously injured in car crashes during the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday period. Of course, as we celebrate the Thanksgiving Day holiday, the Indiana State Police wants to make sure that there are no empty seats at your dinner table. Troopers will be watching for impaired drivers, impaired motorists who speed, follow too closely, make unsafe lane changes, drive aggressively, and/or fail to buckle up or properly restrain their children. All occupants of a motor vehicle, including pickup trucks and sport utility vehicles, are required to be secured in a seatbelt or child safety seat in every sitting position. Indiana State Police motor carrier certified troopers will also be working throughout the holiday weekend, focusing on commercial motor vehicle violations. Some safety tips in order to remain safe over the holiday weekend are: if you are planning to travel, make sure you are well rested. A fatigued driver is a dangerous driver. Avoid tailgating and remember the 2-second rule. Make sure that everyone in the vehicle is buckled up. Put down the electronic devices and drive. And move over and slow down for emergency and also highway service vehicles. And make sure you keep it right here, because up next we're going to take a look at your weather summary.